Coach Elliott said yesterday that Kelly Bryant and Nick Schuessler are competing this week in practice for the number 2 quarterback job. Just, what have you seen from Kelly and his improvement, and how confident would you feel if he had to play right now?
Yeah, well, he's a guy that has improved drastically from camp. He's still not a complete guy yet at that position. I think Brandon Streeter has done a tremendous job, not just with Deshaun, but with all of our quarterbacks. In particular Kelly. I mean, he had the furthest to go. He really, obviously, he's a great athlete. It's very easy to see his athleticism, but being a great quarterback is a different thing at this level, and being able to really have ownership of our system. And he had a long way to go. He has the same, I think, aptitude, ability, potential as Deshaun. But his foundation was not the same. Just that simple. Had a lot more to learn about our system when he got here. Well coached over at Wren, but that was really the only real opportunity he had to play quarterback. He was mostly an option guy until he got over to Wren and got better each year. And it's the same thing. He's just improving. The thing about Kelly is his work ethic is off the charts. I mean, that guy every single day is staying after practice, working on his game. And again, Street has done a great job. He's got a good feel for Kelly. He's managed him very well. I think that, the last time he went out, he didn't play very good. We had a bust right out of the gate, first play. We call something wrong. We got 2 guards pulling, and we get a tackle for loss. And I know he was disappointed and eager to get back out there, and he got an opportunity, and he played well. And as I said last week, there's several guys on our team that maybe you haven't seen quite as much in the game, but we see them every day. And even though they hadn't got as much time in the game, we see the improvement, the cumulative effect of the meetings, the film study, the corrections of other guys who are playing, the practice reps. It's been and he's one of those guys that we've just seen the light come on brighter and brighter and brighter from where he was at the beginning of camp. Nick he did not play well the other day. Pretty obvious, and that's not indicative of his ability. Same thing. Nick is a guy that we see every day, and last time out he played really well. 98-yard drive to end the game against Georgia Tech, and made the throws. Has a complete grasp of our offense and can do what we need him to do. But it's competition, and it's a game of performance, and he didn't play well. Kelly has moved up, and so both those guys are going to compete. And as far as who would go out there right now as the backup, I think it depends on the situation that we're in and what we need to do. Street, like I said, has got a great feel for what each one of those guys can do and what he's comfortable with. And right now we're just happy that we have a good quarterback situation. We're in a much better spot right now than we were at this time last year. That's for sure.
During Kelly's next opportunity, would you like to see him throw the ball a bit more?
It depends on the situation. Again, I mean, we throw every day in practice. I see him every day. I see him throw every day, so I know what he can do. I hope that we got number 4 in the game, and that's what I hope. I hope when we're putting those guys in there that it's like last week, and we got the game under control. I hope that I don't have to see either one of them go out there and win the game, because that means that something happened at number 4. So that's priority number 1, is keeping him in the game. But I just want to see him continue to improve and to continue to demonstrate with every rep he gets in practice and in the game that he can win for us.
Since we're talking about depth, you had an opportunity, I dare say you didn't anticipate it, playing a lot of guys for a long time. Mm-hmm. And it probably speaks to that. These are guys. Some of these guys we haven't seen much.
Yep.
I'm looking at the participation chart. 2 or 3 of those guys, I didn't even know they were on the roster.
Yeah. That was what I said after the game. The best part of the game was that we were able to play so many people. You certainly don't go into the game thinking that, you're going to play. I don't know. We took 72, and I think about 69 of them played. You don't anticipate that, but you just you play the game, and then you respond to whatever situation you get in the game. But again, I think I mentioned this to y'all a week or so ago, because somebody asked me about some guys maybe hadn't got as much time in the game, and I'm like, that's true, but at some point, a lot of these guys that you're not talking about right now, by the end of the season, you're going to know some of these guys, and it's just simply it's been a blessing that we've been able to bring guys along at a healthy pace, at our pace, without having to just live and die with every play with a guy out there that's really not quite ready yet, but it is what it is. We haven't been really put in that situation, and we've been very fortunate because now all of a sudden you put a whole camp together, and now you put whatever 9 weeks of a football season together, and a lot of these guys are playing on special teams, and they've gotten some snaps here and there in the game, but just the dialed-in systematic approach each and every week of learning how to prepare, learning the game plan, seeing other guys get coached, getting the reps in practice. I mean, the improvement from that. And one of the things I tell them all the time is you got to be ready. You have to be ready. You don't know, that, you're not going to have to go in and play the entire game. And if you're not ready, then number one, you lose an opportunity. And number two, you let the family down because everybody's counting on you. We're not going to all of a sudden just, expect to not win because Ben Boulware went out of the game, for example. All right, Kendall. I mean, you got to know what you're doing, man. All right, I don't care if you haven't got you have to be prepared, and we practice every day. And so it was great to see so many guys. I mean, you look at the offensive side. I mean, Fauci played 30-plus plays. Hearn played 40 snaps. Frew Morgan played 40-plus snaps. Maverick played 40 snaps or so. Not to mention our starters, and we rushed for 416 yards. We didn't have any drop-off, no sacks. The depth that we have at running back, the experience of the guys being able to go play at quarterback, all the receivers in the game, the tight ends, the experience, and there we got some really good young talent there like Mylan Richard, Cannon Smith. Greenlee's getting better. We really have some good young guys that maybe hadn't got as much opportunity yet, but they're preparing. And it's fun to see that. And then you flip over to the defensive side, and there's Richard Yergin, had his most opportunity, best game. Albert Huggins is a better player right now than he was in fall camp, learning a new position, learning how to play instead of just headbutting people every snap, trying to play with technique and hands and footwork and things like that. It's just fun. And to see their teammates excited for them, to see Jeffrey Gibson to go in and be ready, Van Smith. Here's a guy that's starts on most all of our special teams, but hadn't had a lot of opportunity at safety yet. A few plays here and there, but he's been repping every day. He's been in all the meetings. He's been paying attention. He's learning the plan, and all of a sudden he gets in the game and he's ready. And heck, led our team in tackles. So, that's exciting when you see that. Adrian Baker probably got his most opportunity and played well for us. Marcus Edmond. Hadn't gotten a lot of opportunity. Man, he looked smooth and fluid and confident and played the perimeter blocks and gets off the blocks and makes a great tackle. Ryan Carter has been a guy that's been coming along and playing a good bit for us already. Dorian O'Daniel, I mean, just on and on and on with those guys. Austin Bryant is going to be an outstanding player, and then Jalen and Kendall went in and played great. So that's what we expect. And those guys, their confidence level right now is completely different than it was, when we were just getting this thing going. And that's a plus for us because it's a long season. We're just kind of at the halfway point for where we hope to be and the type of year we want to have. So we're going to need all those guys. And at some point, one of those guys is going to have to step up and play a much bigger role than maybe they have right now. But also as we move forward into the next few years.
How valuable is it to I guess that it kind of maybe perks their ears up a little bit and sort of reinforces that idea that if you're ready and if we get the opportunity, we're going to put. I would think that's very valuable.
Sure, morale. That's what I told our staff on Sunday is, man, we got a great opportunity to coach and teach this week because they're all ears. You know, all their antennas are up. They all got to play, man. They all want to see themselves on tape. And it's, you know, it's a long season. And sometimes for a young guy that's been the guy his whole career, he's always played, and now he's just in the meeting every week and he's watching somebody else. There's just a little different, you know, skipping their step, if you will, you know, coming off of a game like that. When their teammates they're the ones that their teammates are patting on the back and excited to see them, you know, play. So as coaches, you love that opportunity to be able to coach everybody in the room. So it's a great chance for us this week to grow our team.